Hello everyone! Welcome to the City Crit. I am your Dungeon Master, Hana, and joining me is my rigmarole of players. Let's start off by introducing who's playing who, because fuck me if we can remember that after however long it's been. Let's start off with the character, we'll look at what the characters feel. The character who has the most has taken out the most library books, and then we'll work our way down. Who you feel might have taken, I don't know, fucking something weird. Make you think about yourselves a little bit.
Only taken out or taken out and returned?
Oh,
so
I never said
complete
return.
The full cycle.
I never said return.
Who's stolen the most library books?
I don't think I've ever been to a library.
I imagine Bodger would have stolen library books, just not from the library. Just seen a kid reading and been like, "It's like, mine now."
You know, you pillage, you find a way, find a dead body, like a band that you've killed. You're like looting. You're like, "Oh, library books, nice. It's not my name. Fucking take that."
I'll
go first then.
Oh no, you go.
So I'm Rob. I play Bodger, who is a halfling monk. He is little in reality, but larger than a small halfling. Over to you, George.
Hi, I'm George. I play Malice Zavia, the drow cleric. I like to imagine she's the one who gets library books in like stacks, where it's just like a bunch of really concerning titles that all fit together. Like, it's like a bunch of books on, like, manslaughter, and then a bunch of books on, like, how the police find bodies. A bunch of books on, like, poisonous plants. And I'll pass it on to our less reading inclined.
Well, I think Scratch visited the library at some point. Or twice.
I like to think that Scratch visited a library and was like, and you say I can just take these books, and then took them, and then later burned them as firewood kindling.
You're killing the trees, goddammit!
She would reanimate the books. So. Alright, anyhow, hi, I'm Adam. I'm playing Scratch, our abnormally strong for her size human druid. And I'll pass the word on to our last party member, Mr. Ice.
Hello, my name is Vilsard, and I am a white dragonborn on a path for self-discovery, apparently. And and I'm very cold, and I can make weapons with ice.
Vanilla
I've never been to a
Ice's
library.
unknown cousin,
Mr.
Ice.
And no, I don't sing Ice Ice Baby when I'm casting weapons, no.
But you
Not
could.
yet.
I do like though that you never introduced your character by name, so because all you got in there was Mr. Ice, and then give us a description of your character. So that's like your middle name, I guess.
Yes, okay, so yeah, Bahagor, yeah, that's it. I forgot. I did not say my name.
Bahagor,
Yes,
also known
Bahagor.
as Mr. Ice.
It's like Bahagor, Mr. Ice.
And I think it's like more like Mr. Ice. Bahagor.
Mr. Ice.
So with that, can you remind us what you're up to previously?
We killed a ghost.
We killed the ghost.
Killed a ghost
Before?
again.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we did kill another ghost. Fucking, we killed a lot of ghosts
Killed a
recently.
lot
Like
of
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
We're the Ghostbusters.
We sorted out some kobolds, found a magic gem that lets you read minds. I think it was a gem. I don't really remember. Magic something
Yes.
that let me read minds. Scratch was like, "Hey, kobold, can you help me read the mind?" And the kobold's mind was like, "Let me out! Let me out! Let me out!" Scratch was like, "Well, that's kind of suspicious." And then she left for a little bit, and then she came back being like, "Nothing is wrong, and I am completely normal," while not being completely normal. We were like, "That's suspicious as fuck." So we beat the shit out of her, and a ghost came out.
They tried to possess, like,
And
a
then
couple
we
of
beat
others
the
as
shit
well.
out of the ghost also, and he was like, "No, my life's work is in that pouch," and then I set fire to the pouch and he died.
Nice.
Pretty much what happened.
We
You
also-
also left the town of Tourmaline behind and made the journey down towards the settlement of Targos, which is this larger fishing settlement on the edge of
Oh yeah, we saw some
Mare
boats,
Dildon.
and Bahagor was like, "Those boats look kind of familiar."
Yes, correct.
It came to him in a dream.
And we were like,
Yes.
and we were like, "What do you mean they're kind of familiar?" And he was like, I have horrible dreams every night, and
Nightmares.
everyone was like,
Nightmares,
that's
yeah.
scary. And Malice was like, those are just regular dreams, dude.
He sold them to me as dreams, and it was only
And
once
it
we actually
turns out
arrived
that
upon
they
the
are in
place it was
fact
actually
nightmares.
Shadows, nightmares.
Which, if
Yeah,
Bodger had
not
known
nice.
previously, he may not have been as on board with helping
totally
out.
different reaction. Yeah.
Live budget reaction.
Yes.
We're trying to find that killer guy at some point. You know?
Indeed.
Yeah,
who is
Sefri or something,
currently in
isn't it?
possession of the side crystal as well? Because I know it kind of changed hands a little bit. Did it get
I
returned
think-
to Scratch?
I think we were back to scratch, didn't we?
Yeah, I think Scratch has it again.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
it got confiscated from Scratch when she was a ghost,
Yes.
and then returned once the ghosts left.
Also, Scratch has been mistaken for Oral the Frostmaiden, so we'll see where that develops.
Because as I approach the town, I'll kind of look at Bodger. I was like, Bodger, look! That's exactly what I see in my nightmares.
I know.
Sorry.
You just told me that like 30 seconds ago.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was, dreaming awake or something, something like that.
Sometimes
right,
it
so-
does feel like several weeks passed halfway through a
Yeah.
conversation.
It feels like I told it like 2 weeks ago, but it only happened like 10 seconds.
It's alright, it happens. So, what exactly happens in your dreams then?
So, very,
Share it with the class, you know.
every night, something, I've got snippets of things happening, but the most recent one, I see myself in a room, a lot of scream, I wake up, and then these hooded figures are inside this house, which I'm assuming it belonged to me in the dream or nightmare, whatever they call it. And then they grab this woman, take her to the next room. She starts screaming, and then all of a sudden I hear a thump, and then silent. And then I start calling her name, which I can't recall exactly what her name is. And then all I feel next is someone just banging in my head, and then I pass out completely.
So you're asleep in your dream.
It's like I wake up, and then I get knocked out, and then when I get knocked out, I wake up.
Oh, right. Weird.
And I can hear screams of children on the background.
Oh,
Like babies crying.
you've not like mentioned the children before. So like
More like babies crying.
when you were saying before that you had these dreams where there's women screaming and you're in a house, I was like, I thought they were good dreams, but they're not. They're bad dreams.
No,
I
no.
totally got the wrong end of the staff there. It's all right.
Not even close.
Yeah, no, I get that now.
You thought they were like murder dreams.
And then
Exactly.
sometimes I see, some other times I
Wait,
see
what?
people with pitchforks and torches outside. They can't see the figures. Sometimes I see altars, people with these weird masks chanting stuff. I don't know. Everything is very confusing.
So you're saying we need to keep you away from women? Is that what you're saying?
And from weird people with masks.
Malice
no,
will take a step
babies.
back.
It's more like they're taking someone away from me. But I don't know who these people are.
Right. Probably not true though, is it?
Yeah, even though like I've never seen them before, it feels like I know them, but even though I've never seen them before.
You ain't never seen him before.
Well, as far as I'm aware, no. Only my dreams, but like I said, it feels like I know them for a long time.
I think you need a drink, mate.
Yeah, maybe I should get some more milk once you get in town.
Right, but if anything happens that like reminds you of something in your dream, we need like a code word for you to say so that we know, oh, it's a dream thing.
He can't just
What
be
you
like,
reckon?
that's the thing from my dream.
It's like, oh yeah, I remember this from my nightmares about this place that I've never visited.
Yeah.
It's not really like an easy way to say
Or I
it.
could say ice ring.
Ice ring.
Yes.
Ice ring?
That reminds me of
Is that like
Reminds me
your
of my ice
nickname back
ring.
home, or
no, I just made that up now, literally just now.
Also,
Okay.
You know, bring me device. You know, no idea
Yeah,
why.
no,
choose that, but
I get it. You don't want to know where my mind went.
oh, no.
It's like it'd be a perfect home for your large ice weapon. You know what I mean? But maybe not.
Following.
What's that, Scratch?
I think I'm not following, but there must be some vocabulary I didn't pick up yet.
It's alright, I just got a mucky sailor's sense of humour. Alright, so ice ring, and you're going to be able to work that in a conversation without putting anybody into suspicion.
Why don't you
I'll
just
say,
come up with,
that reminds me of my
one
ice ring.
word? Like one
all right.
specific word, rather than
Ooh, that
like,
reminds me of my
phrase.
ice ring, he says while we're talking to a king or something. Be great. Or ordering food at a bar. Oh, this reminds me of my ice ring. That's going to be great. I can't
What's
wait.
wrong with an ice ring?
What's wrong with your ice ring? I can practically see it from down here, mate. And I'll be honest, there's a lot that I don't understand about your anatomy, so let's not get into that. Shall we go in and get a drink? Because the more I think about you having a drink, the more I want a drink.
Fine, let's go.
Also, but Pagor, some people like me who are, attuned to the land and are versed in spirit magic and things akin to that, they can actually look into your dreams. Perhaps they could help you find something.
Oh dear.
I still don't think
would
that
be-
seems like there's anything suspicious about these dreams. They sound normal to me.
Yeah, well, that should be your first little red flag, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they don't feel normal to me at all.
Well, I mean, I don't have dreams, but
I don't know. Masked figures, people screaming, a woman
I
getting
know, but
dragged out the room. That sounds like my 6th birthday party.
Ain't your women normally the ones doing the dragging, though?
Yeah, but if there's a woman in the way of ascending, then
I don't know what that is, and I don't want to. Let's go for that drink, please.
So the town of Targos has only one exterior gate, which connects to the main road. You pass a T-junction with a wooden signpost. On it you see labelled Tourmaline, the direction you just come from, and it is labelled as a... I believe top of my head it is like just shy of 10 miles. So it's a 10-mile journey to Tourmaline, and then at the Y junction down it says 3 miles to Bryn Shander. And looking at the direction you see Bryn Shander on top of the hill, and it's not too far. You see like that raised up the wooden logs like that form the outer palisade wall 3 miles away. You can just kind of see that silhouetted in the distance. You see probably a few smokestacks of whatever chimneys, or anyone who might be wealthy enough and have wood to burn and against the cold, kind of like, just in the distance, giving a bit of a, just silhouetted on the midday kind of sky. It is currently not too bad. Like, there's some storm clouds kind of overhead, but they are not, rain or anything like that. There's just a bit of a bad wind at the moment, and it's fairly dark, so you can kind of see the settlement kind of illuminated by various torches and stuff in the distance. Whereas Targos again has lanterns and torches on its outer wall that give a much warmer and closer glow to yourselves. And you would know that the harbor, because you kind of see it, you can around the harbor has walls that stretch out in the harbor itself, which have probably some kind of open access on the far side. So you could maybe skirt around the ice and try to slip in that way if you didn't want to go through the front gates for whatever reason. But there is there's a single gate to come and go as you so please. And you have your sled dogs kind of pulling you along. I think how you got 2 sled dogs at the minute? Do you have more? I think you just got 2.
just two.
Two.
2 dogs.
Yeah.
And they're pulling your sled.
Would we know if people from this town are known for being, welcoming, or are they hostile? Like, any check, maybe?
I mean, if you feel like you would have visited Targos before, you can make a you can make a history check to see if you know anything about them, or I would say someone could make like a charisma check, like maybe that they have interact with people here, like what the kind of repertoire is like.
I'll do charisma check. I mean, just straight charisma.
You just do strict charisma.
And
7.
8 on history.
You're not sure about Hagor. Scratch again, probably. Anytime you're in these towns, you tend to keep to yourself. So it's not really anything you're super familiar with.
Okay.
But it is quite a big town. It's like a pretty big settlement. It probably has a population of 1,000 people based on its size.
Let's find a good tavern. Maybe, do you want to do some arm wrestling again? Last time it proved rather profitable. Blood-hardy.
Is that a thing now? We're gonna go arm wrestle everyone in every single town?
I mean, if
What if we
everybody
do the 10 towns champion of arm wrestling?
if everybody keeps losing, why not?
I don't know, we might end up finding some kind of tournament at some point. You never know.
Maybe.
Wink, wink.
Anyhow.
All right, well, I guess we can just walk in there. Let's see.
Yeah, let's find the place to stay. It's cold.
You approach the gates, you see the Targos heraldry kind of like hanging for these big banners. It's this like blue background of a black silhouetted ship on there. And you kind of see there's a few guards posted out, but they don't seem to, really that too much of a, worry or fear of you getting closer. And you kind of approach, maybe they have a little call like, you're good. Any business here? You just here to trade or passing through?
We're passing through. Where would the tavern be?
Best tavern you probably want to go for, I'd say, be the Luskin Arms. Probably it's just down on the head on, just past us. Follow the main road, kind of down. You'll see that it drops down into the main harbor. You have to go around the little rise, and you'll see it on this kind of on the harbor front, right at the far end. Just keep going right.
Hi, thank you.
Yeah, you slip past. And as you maybe get about like 30, 40 feet in from the gate, you hear one of the guards go like, "Hey, what is this? Is that one of your dogs?" And suddenly you see running through, as the snow is crunching beneath your foot, you hear the bark of a dog over the whistling of the wind, and you see a wolf-sized sled dog with light grey fur is running like almost on a beeline right towards Roger. It leaps and it tackles him, and it begins. You see, those of you who are not being tackled by a dog, see it has a broken leather harness that looks like kind of similar to ones that your sled dogs have, and looks like the ropes have like snapped or come free from their sled, and it begins licking and like barking at Roger.
Looks like he maybe.
Oh, look at that! We made a new friend.
Or something.
Could Scratch do an animal handling?
One of ours, or
Yeah, that's definitely one of
It's
one
not
of
one of
ours.
yours. You're both still attached.
yeah.
It starts.
It looks like it made a new friend there.
And kind of backs off you a little bit and starts whimpering, and then like looks at you again. You an animal handling check if you want, Scratcher?
Oh no, actually, Scratch will cast Speak with Animals on herself.
Amazing. You cast
Sorry.
Speak with Animals.
Sorry. Well, where is your master?
You see, looks around. Oh, good. You speak dog. That's very helpful. I was going to have to try to. I was going to start trying to drag. I was going to drag this one because he was quite small. I need help. I need help. My master, he got attacked. He got attacked up a big mountain.
Right, lead the way, and she would quick listen. His master got attacked. He wants us to help him. Come on, let's go.
How far is his master from here?
How far is it? I'll look at the dog.
A long time. I had to run and run and run and run. We could go to Master's house. Maybe Master's husband could help point you where he went.
Oh, okay. He says that it's long. It's quite a distance, but we could go to the master's husband's house to see if he could help us out. Where is the house?
Just wait. You can follow me. Follow me.
All right. Let's follow the talking dog.
I'm coming, Master.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but that dog was not talking. You were talking at the dog.
Yeah, we're kind of like growling and woofing and stuff.
Oh, sorry. Sometimes I forget. Anyway, let's go.
If you choose to follow the dog,
Yep.
leads you off the beaten track a little bit, and after some time leads you to the front door, a fairly modest dwelling. It begins barking and scratching at the door, and you see after a few moments the door swings open, revealing a handsome man in his 30s, human. Put him in the door, and the dog races inside, the man looks up, kind of like a smiling as the dog kind of runs in between his legs, and then you kind of see that smile shift into like a look of concern and confusion, and maybe a bit of disappointment when he sees you all instead of maybe someone he was expecting to see.
What?
Sorry, our friend was talking to your dog.
Yes, long story short, your dog told me that his master got attacked somewhere and that you could be of assistance.
Oh dear, that isn't good at all. You want to come inside out of the cold?
Sure, thank you.
Fuck. Garrett, you fucking idiot. You see this man, he like begins like instantly his body language shifts. He folds his across his arms, kind of gets you all inside if you come in, if you choose to. Will allow your dogs in if you want to bring your dogs in. Seems to be more than happy for that. And then goes like, right, shit. Well, have you been? If Boy brought you here, you must have found him on the road or something, because Garrett would have been. I mean, last I heard when I was speaking to him, he was heading all the way around to Caer Konig. He got hired to take some people up Kelvin's cairn. So, have you come from that way, or?
No, he ran into the city.
Okay, he must have come home. That's not
Maybe
good.
I can ask him some more, and she'd look at her. Where did your master get attacked? Could you describe the place? Or how far it is from, which direction it's from here? How far, maybe?
Yeah, it was, I ran across, I followed the roads. I went very fast as I could. I went through a couple of towns, had to go around some of them because they got big doors. So I had to go around those ones and run. I ran as fast as I could to get here, so I could let my master's husband know that something had gone wrong.
Good boy. And she would relay this information to everybody.
What, can you ask the dog what went wrong?
Oh, yeah, sure. Woof wasn't wrong.
Woof.
Whoa.
Woof, woof, woof.
I would say, basically after speaking to the dog a little bit, he's like, well, Master was climbing up a mountain expedition. We were left at his base camp at the bottom, and we heard something happening, and he didn't come back. We would normally come back a lot quicker than that, so I broke away to get help, just to see if maybe I could get help, because I couldn't find him on the mountain. I went looking to sniffing for him, couldn't find him, so I turned back and I followed his scent all the way back here because that's where we came from. So I thought maybe I could get help. I ran for it was a full nearly 2 days running.
Good boy. And she would again relay this information in detail.
Yeah, well, a few days ago, Garrett was hired by some adventurers to lead them up the slopes of Kelvin's cairn. So he was planning on doing his usual route, which he would go to Caer Konig, stock up at the climbing. There's an outfitter there for the wilderness gear. Who's going to stock up some climbing gear with them all and lead them on the mountain. I know that he took 6 dogs and a sled with him. Boy here, that's Garrett's favorite. He raised him from a pup. I don't think Boy would leave his side unless something terrible had happened. Look, it's a lot to ask, but I don't know if I could persuade you to go follow Boy and find Garrett and who those people who hired him. I don't have any money, but I'm pretty good friends with the proprietor of Luscombe Arms. I could get you some free rooms probably if you were helping out. I'm also a script chanter by trade. I could give you some of my artwork. It's not worth much, I confess, but something.
I'd be
Well,
willing to help.
I could use some free accommodation, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I can put a good word in for you with him if you're planning on even staying, the night here. But if you, obviously, this is probably kind of pressing.
Reputation is more valuable than gold here, so let's help him out.
Appreciate it. I'm Keegan, by the way. If you've been traveling, I've got some warm cider on the hob. I was heating it up. If you'd like.
Well, that would be very, very nice.
He goes into the kitchen, pours
the second he
5
goes
mugs.
into the kitchen, Malice kind of like bends and is like, so like 2 days in a snow. This guy's dead, right?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Not necessarily.
Unless if he's trapped in a cave somewhere, I don't know, maybe.
Kelvin, If they were taken to Calvin's care and he...
Maybe the Yeti got him.
Maybe.
Ah.
Or maybe, if there is a cave in, at least they've got like 5 dogs to survive on.
I was about to say, 2 days is still survivable. Especially if he's he's not alone, he's with adventurers who are usually magically inclined, which also helps in the wilderness.
As long as he can stay warm and stay fed, like there's plenty of snow around to make water, it'd be fine. Like, probably fine for a couple more days or maybe even a week.
You're just
we
hoping
don't
we
have
can
to...
grab a pint first, aren't you?
Yeah, maybe.
He can come
Warm
back in at this
cider.
point in a
Do you know
little
how long
tray
it's been since I've
with
had warm cider?
5 cups of warm cider. You see steam rising off the top of them, and he kind of like passes them around, like sits down on one of the chairs.
Oh yeah, Malice is gonna really enjoy holding this and not drinking it.
Feels warm. It's a nice warm cup.
Yeah.
Scratch will down hers.
Yep.
And then she
Tastes
would
great.
Malice.
It's like nice
I'll
and
have a sip.
spiced. It's like mulled cider basically. It's like a nice little hit of clove in there, cinnamon. Yeah, very very nice. Very very warming.
But just kind of. So go on.
So just will you be drinking that Malice, the lowest?
No. She like hands it over to you.
Just answer.
Hey, no fair. I was gonna. Never mind. I suppose this is probably enough for me. It's like he's holding the same big cup. Like it's the same cup as everybody else. It's just a bit bigger for him.
Bigger.
Yeah. Whereas Bahakar's holding his like a shot glass.
It's all funny taking my leftovers until I'm right.
It's alright. You'll be like the only one to survive a poisoning if that ever happens. But yeah, so Bodger's just kind of sipping his, probably enjoying just shoving his face in the warm and the sweetness more than the actual drinking. Just slowly sipping it, being like, so, how old is your husband then?
Garrett, well,
Is he
he's
like
about
a good age or?
a little bit older than me. He's about 33. But he's he's a pretty good. He's unlike me. I kind of like the comfort of city walls. Garrett was never like that. He was a bit of a survival nut. I think he kind of got bored, kind of being stuck in this kind of place, like all the time. So he, naturally, he spent a lot of time out in the wilderness. That's why, to be honest, if it was like my brother I was talking about, I probably wouldn't be looking to send someone to rescue him. I'd be looking to send like a search party for a body. But I mean, like Garrett's he's pretty good at what he does.
Why would he go? Why would the adventurers be going to Calvin's Cairn of all places?
I don't know. That was between them and Garrett. But I do know if you're heading out that way, unless you're planning on going directly up, back via the road to Tourmaline, there's a little valley you can cut through there. Obviously, it's off-road and a bit dangerous. If you do go around to Cairconig, Garrett used to always go to a place. Hang on, let me see. And he goes in the kitchen, comes back, and he has some like little invoices. Like it's called Frozen Far Expeditions. It might have been the last place he would have seen him if he was going to go there first, get climbing supplies, and also they might have stuff that you might want if you're going to be heading up the mountain itself.
Do you know who any of the adventurers were?
No, again, I just knew he was taking a group of adventurers. I didn't meet them. They did their business probably in the Luskan Arms. I think he said he met them. So I think he picked them up there again, and they headed off a couple of days ago. Talking about 4 days ago, he left.
In that case, I would say we would maybe stay here for an hour or two, get our strength back up because we just came, so we are rather tired. And plus, boys must have been running for 2 days, so he needs his rest as well. But what time is it?
Right now, it is probably about, call it midday, 1 p.m.-ish. Not like crazy late at all.
I would propose that we leave maybe around 3 p.m. We get some good progress in before nightfall, and then continue on.
How long it took us to get from Targos to here?
From Targos to Tourmaline, it is about 4 hours travel time.
Oh, so you followed the dog for like 4 hours.
No, the dog.
Well, the dog ran to us as we got.
So yeah, sorry. That was from the last time that would be 4 hours from Tourmaline to here. Targos, it was like 10 minutes to get from the gate to this
Oh,
house.
okay, so just up the road. Okay.
Yeah,
let's see.
you're in Targos, so like the settlement, the house is there. This person lives here, like in the town.
Oh, okay. Okay, whatever we do, we need to try to go and see this fella as fast as possible. I mean, I'm sorry to say, but if he's not dead now, he will be dead very soon.
I know, but we, we just, finished some. We just had. I don't know. How tired are we feeling? Like,
I'm all right.
I'm fine.
That's a
Alright,
slight
in that case,
correction because I've read the times wrong. The dog would have told you that he had traveled for. He would have said he ran for what felt like 2 days, which had been 2 days travel, so about 16 hours. He probably was running max.
Is that 2 days in like kind of dog perception time?
As in,
Okay,
like, if you guys are traveling any more than 8 hours a day, it would be like, exhaustion checks and stuff. So he probably traveled about, less than a day's travel. And I'll retcon that and say that the party would have left about, call it 3 days before. Big up for that.
alright. In that case, let's give the poor dog a bit of a breather and let's head out in half an hour.
Fair enough. Sounds good to me. I wouldn't mind having another more of these. What are they called again? Ciders.
Hey.
Yeah, I've got some more still bubbling away if you want. You're more than welcome to it if you're gonna help. But get Garrett, it might help warm your bones before you start traveling. As long as you keep your wits about you, I suppose.
Well, also,
What was this person called again? This person talking to?
Keegan.
Keegan.
Keegan Valoran. They'll if they fully introduce himself.
well. Scratch will also pull out the pen and look at it for a while before putting it back into her coat.
Yeah.
We probably shouldn't stay too long though, because we're burning daylight.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair. 15 minutes then, because we don't want the poor dog to drop dead as from
Couldn't we just stick him on the sled?
Yeah.
we
Is there enough room?
I'm not sure how much he weighs, to be honest.
I mean, sure, it's not that heavy.
Boyle say, I left the sled back there with the other dogs. They were still tied to it when I left. I managed to break my harness.
Well, come on, boy. We'll go for your to find your master.
Let's play fetch.
No, master.
Yes,
Let's go find
fetch
him.
master.
Yeah, you guide us there, all right? Come on.
Yeah.
Wait us out. Wait
I
for
can
us
help
outside.
pull your slave if we get there faster.
Yes, please. That would be great.
Yes, you
He
can.
says he will pull our sleigh. I like to imagine that it's just like Scratch barking at the dog and then just that panning to the party.
So, what's the plan then? I saw you chatting with the dog.
Yeah, the dog said that he seems to feel fine and that he will help. He'd be happy to pull the sleigh for us.
Ooh, all right. Nice.
So let's get going.
Okay. Yeah, if you don't want to do any of your business in Targos, you can simply head on your way. Set off more or less as quick as you got here. You have already traveled for 4 hours today, but it is only about a 3-mile jaunt to Bryn Shander, which you think you can do in about 2 hours on foot. So you can still do that on the same day without eating into too much of your time in that instance. If that's what you would like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. You if you needed one, you could have taken a short rest there with your ciders and finding out the information, things like that, if you did require one, but I think you're probably all still pretty refreshed, because I believe you rested up before setting off this morning from Termaline, and nothing too taxing has occurred. You travel for 2 hours, leaving Targos behind, and make your way up towards Bryn Shander. Bryn Shander is, like I said before, it is a walled settlement. It's on a raised hill. Let's see if I have an image of it actually anywhere. You see the the actual heraldry of Bryn Shander, it is like a stalk of like grain or like wheat, which has antlers on like a white background, kind of like blowing in the wind. And as you kind of approach, it's probably coming up around about 3 p.m. And that does, as you get there, the dark storm clouds are beginning to ease up. You watch as they turn from their dark color to more of a like an overcast kind of cloud situation, which is definitely much appreciated as that kind of like washes over again. Very briefly though, kind of as you by the time you reach Bryn Shander properly, the storm clouds are kind of like coming back in once more.
Well, it looks like the weather's closing in, eh?
Well, yes, we should get a shelter soon enough.
Right, and we've got like enough food with us to last
Yes.
if we. All right. Okay.
We have. Now let me double
I mean,
check.
I've got quite a bit, but
I mean, you should have a lot of fish, don't we, from last
Me
time?
as well.
Fish, wolf meat, 3 dogs if things get desperate.
yeah, no, so all right then.
We have 13 portions of meat and 4 portions of fish.
You would be arriving in Bryn Shander through the Northern Gate. Bryn Shander is bigger than Targos again. It is probably, at a rough guess, somewhere in the range of about 1,200 people in population size. Those of you who have come to 10 towns from outside it have probably all stopped here before. It is quite a big, warm, quite friendly city. They have the best services, like they have a pretty good array of comfort, a lot of assets here as well that the smaller towns and settlements wouldn't have. Yes, they're definitely one of the more well outfitted areas to be set up. Unless you would like otherwise, Boy will just attempt to guide you through Bryn Shander and out these gates, unless you would like to attempt to stop them.
Scratch would again cast speak with animals on herself.
Yeah.
It's like, Boy, we'll be stopping here for the night. We can't run for as long as you can. So if you want to get to your master, we have to rest here for the night.
Oh, good
Right?
plan. Yeah, because it's a long journey down to the next town. It's nearly nearly half a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should probably find somewhere to sleep.
Yeah, well, we'll find a tavern and you'll sleep with our other dogs. You'll be fine.
Okay, sounds good. Do it. You fetch master in the morning, to the afternoon, or the evening, or the night.
Yes, we'll find him when we find him, alright?
I'm sure we'll find him soon, Bella says to him, because of course she can speak to all animals. And Duffer just says,
Yeah.
I look at the part, it's like, well, Bryn Shander. So this is one of the towns that they mentioned about this mysterious murders as well. With that little dwarf fella. Do you reckon it's worth asking around, or maybe we should leave this until later?
Well,
I mean, we'll have to come back through this place.
We'll
you
come
also
back
know
to
there
that,
was one
though,
in
eh?
Targos as well.
Yeah. And the tigers as well, when they Haven, so. Well, yeah, let's do this first. We can ask around later, I suppose.
Well, let's find ourselves a room or two.
Okay, yeah. If you ask around about somewhere to stay or anything like that, you certainly can inquire. Most people in the streets are kind of like not really out and about. Most people are inside in the warmth, trying to keep out from the cold. But you do see that there are 3 stocky figures bundled in cold weather garb, kind of like stumbling along. They have snowshoes slung over their backs, ice picks fastened to their belts, and 2 of them have these big, thick beards that kind of like fall out from underneath their hoods. They got like a big, thick wool scarf all wrapped around them.
I go up to them and say, excuse me, fellas.
kind of
Where
look
do you
around.
think? Hello, we're looking for a place where we can warm ourselves up a little bit. You know, dry our
Matt,
socks. Some would say.
We're looking for something kind of similar ourselves, to be honest. You see the dwarf kind of like looks up to you. I'm Hruna. These are my friends, Corks and Stone. We got
Hello.
told that there's a place here called the Northlook. It's a tavern. That's what we're headed
Okay.
to.
So folks are not from here then.
No, we're from we work in the mines at the base of Kelvin's Cairn, owned by Clan Battlehammer. We're in a bit of trouble, so we came down here to look for some people to give us some help.
What happened there?
Well, we can talk about here in the cold if you want, or we can go find this town and do it over a good pint. That was what we were kind of planning on doing.
Sounds good to me, fella.
Sure, let's do it then. We've been hoofing it all fucking day. And they lead you with a bit of direction to the Northlook Tavern. It's an establishment that you guys who've passed through would know is frequented a lot by like mercenaries and the like. So would makes sense why these people would be heading that direction. It's also probably the rowdiest and most dangerous place to stay in Bryn Shander. However, it's the best place to get like leads on like probable adventures or like news, rumors, things of that nature. You know that if you like spend enough time here lingering around, you probably start hearing some good rumors of what's going on or get a good job or two. But you kind of find one before you even got here again. Behind the bar, there's a retired sellsword who seems to be the proprietor. He, probably is a pretty, think kind of similar to Durin, like the Yawning Portal style. Not maybe quite as powerful, but yeah, definitely has, seen some shit before. And there is mounted on the wall which above the hearth you see Old Bitey, is how it's labeled on a plaque, and it is a battle scarred knucklehead trout. It's like taxidermy. It's been like mounted up there as that. It's been a big thing. As you kind of come in, someone's walking past, with a big collection of drinks, walking past it, and suddenly the fish begins to like start flapping and moving suddenly and starts singing, and they panic and drop their drinks, and like all the beer goes everywhere, splashing around, and the fish goes like, "There's a place I like to go, further up the river flow. Where it is, I don't know. Must be under all its snow." And it goes inanimate again. And as soon as every time it does, you see the innkeeper just like twitches a little bit, like oh, fucking hate that thing. But yeah, as you kind of like do that, the dwarves help find a little table. They probably buy you all a couple of drinks, a couple of eels, and they like pull back their hoods and things like that as they begin to get warmed up by the fire. And they're all wearing this like cold weather clothing. And yeah, they kind of give you a little look. You see Hruna, as she pulls her hood down, she has lost her right ear, and she's also lost her 2 fingers to frostbite. Clearly, she has like that very familiar kind of like for those of you who've been here for a long time, that kind of like staining or broken skin, like almost being turned black at the edge from the necrosis. Corks doesn't speak much. But as you kind of see, he keeps his scarf on even in here. But every now and again, it'll slip and he has to pull it back up again. You notice his nose is missing from frostbite.
Fuck.
He also, as he holds his pint, he holds it in both hands and he has lost about 3 fingers, you see. Dorn, when they're outside, look pretty nervous and hurried, but now that they're inside, they look a lot more happy about that. And they kind of like chime in every now and again. But Hruna kind of summarizes what they have to say pretty simply. She goes like, "We're the survivors of a group of dwarves tasked with delivering a sled of iron ingots to Bryn Shander. On the way here, a Yeti surprised us and killed a member of our group, and the rest of us fled. The Yeti tore Ubuk limb from limb, to buy us enough time to get away from there. We kind of need someone to go back and get the sled for us. As payment, we can offer you a gemstone for 50 gold pieces each. One for each of you. And I can also offer you the friendship of all the dwarves of Icewind Dale, which could be a good boon in these harsh times, and that kind of thing. You need snowshoes as well if you're heading that way. It's a thick snow out there.
We are heading to Calvin's Cairns. Not sure. Is the route that we are going on gonna pass around the sled?
if you ask her where it was, she's like, well, the sled right now is kind of halfway in between Bryn Shander and Kelvin's Cairn, in the middle of the tundra. We were coming off because the dwarves, we live in the valley, so we were coming from that direction. We were closer to here than home, so it made sense to go the rest of the way and turn around. Also, the Yeti was behind us, so didn't want to run back into them.
Alright, so...
I mean, it is a gemstone each.
I know, but, we're currently trying to save a man, and...
I know, but, like, we'll be passing by it anyway.
And plus, I'm sure he's not going to go anywhere, is he?
We're in no real rush for the sled, but, if you could find it and even signpost it, that'd be good, or,
Alright, look, for context, we are currently on a search and rescue mission for a lost climber. We are heading in the direction. Would it be alright if we, did that first, and then once we are sure that he's either dead or safe, we would take care of this?
Yeah, like I say, it's a sled that we abandoned. I don't think a Yeti's gonna have much use for the iron, so I'm not really overly worried. It's also in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. I don't think anyone's gonna stumble across it.
And where will we find you if we search for it?
Well, we can't really go back without the gold, so we're gonna wait here, if that's cool. And then you can, when you have it, drop back by us. We'll give you the reward. We can sell it to, we can fulfill the contract we had with the iron, and then everybody wins. Then we can go head home.
Very well. Sounds
So
good to me.
I also have to say, this Yeti has been causing quite a stir everywhere, eh? I wonder if there's some kind of reward if we manage to find it and get rid of it.
The Yetis are just hungry because due to the constant winter, there is nothing much to eat. Everything's hibernating or frozen.
Is there a lot of Yetis here around the area? Was just
in the mountains there are quite a few. I ran into them a few times.
Okay.
Like, for a Yeti, it's much easier to go hunt down a herbivore than to go chase down usually armed people.
I see.
So seeing as they are attacking people, it's either they are running out of food or people are encroaching on their territory. Could be either.
Fair enough.
Anyhow, yes, let's get us a room or two and rest up.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, if you inquire with Scram Sachs, the proprietor, about a room, he reveals that he has a couple available. He's like, I got some rooms available if you need them. How many are you looking?
Rooms?
How many beds?
4 beds, I
4
presume.
beds, all right. And do you have anything you need taken over the stables at all?
Got 3 dogs.
3 dogs.
Oh yeah, 3 dogs.
Yeah, I can have one of my boys take them down for you if you want over there, just to save you having to go drop them off yourself. It's on the stables are all the way down by the southwestern gate though, so it is a little bit of a trek get down there, Up to you, you can drop it on yourself, but the boys, they only charge 2 copper just to ferry them down, and you'll need to also pay for any room or board or food for the things to stay there. Unfortunately, we don't really have space for animals, and the furs are fucking in the ass, so don't really deal with that shit, to be honest. Room for the night, for a bed, 4 silver for a bed for the night. That includes breakfast. Breakfast is water, and there's a little small continental style serve. Help yourself kind of thing. Nothing too fancy schmancy. If you want to cook breakfast, you have to pay a bit extra, but you can do that tomorrow, see how you feel,
Alright.
Sounds good to me.
Cool.
I never had a continental breakfast before.
I don't
Wonder
know
what that's
that
like.
is.
It's all rage down in Baldur's Gate, that's what they tell me.
Well,
Let's be fancy then.
the rooms are doubles or singles?
Twin rooms, yeah, twin rooms. If you have in,
For fuck's sake.
Mallet?
Yeah. Hey, Budger, come here.
I do have doubles. If you'd rather have doubles, yeah, I got double beds. They're a bit cheaper.
No.
No. No.
Double rooms, not double beds.
Wait. How much cheaper?
A double bed is only for the twin. It's 8 silver pieces for the whole room. For the doubles, it's only 6.
No, let's go twins. Yeah, alright. It's not worth it. I can compromise many things for a bit of coin, but not that.
My tail
There's
tends
a
to get very
line.
stiff through the night, so you don't want to go near that thing.
Are you? Yeah, no, you don't need to tell me twice. Alright, we'll take, I'm guessing you're having
Twins. Yeah.
room as well? Alright, yeah, take 2 twin rooms, please, 4 beds.
You
Perfect.
can have the double if you want, Scratch. I don't really sleep, so I could just sit on the edge of the bed.
No, even so, I prefer that you sit on an entire bed for your comfort's sake.
And do you need someone to run the dogs down for you? You want to just do it yourself? He checks the little book at the bar. It's like, rate for the night in the stables for sled dogs is, for a pen, it's only a silver piece a night. And then, like I said, the boys will charge 2 copper to take him down for you.
Is that silver per dog?
No, just for you just rent a pen. So the pen can house up to 6 dogs in a sled. So
Budget gets out 5 silver and 4 copper. It's like, that's for my room. The extra silver, or for my bed, the extra silver is to cover the dogs, and there's 4 copper for him being looked after by the boys.
well, they look after him very well for that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. No, I'll make sure they fucking do.
He'll turn around to the others and be like, pay up for your beds then.
As the rest of you kind of like putting the coin down, you see he gives like a big whistle, and 2 kind of like teenage boys come up, and he kind of like pulls his card. Listen up, you 2 fucking dickheads, right? Take those dogs and that sled down the stables. Get them a good pen, right? Take that. There's a copper piece each. If you do it, well, the dogs are well looked after. I'll check with Mr. Hansman who runs the stables. If Hansman says you were good with them, okay, you can have a 1 copper each. How about that? Oh yeah, Dad, of course. Go get the fuck out of here. Whatever the fuck your names are.
Dad,
Brilliant.
get the fuck out of here.
They scurry
He's
off.
even ask.
Fuck out of here.
Just-
He looks. He goes like, "Don't have kids."
I hate you.
Wasting my life.
You're a mistake.
They're not putting him out to nothing. Look at him.
Nothing
Can't
like
even
a bit
grow
of
a beard.
parental love.
At the age
Well,
of 11,
tough.
can't even grow a beard. What's that about?
They're
Right.
only sons. You could just kill them.
I mean,
No.
if you lose them,
I
you
don't
just
think I
make
wanna-
new ones,
I
huh?
don't think I want to
I mean-
murder. That's quite extreme. If anything, I would just abandon them like any good parent. Make them let me, fend
Sure.
for themselves.
Oh no, if you abandon them, they can get stronger and come back. It's very dangerous.
Is that not the point?
You
Never mind. I don't want to talk parenting with you. You look like some kind of. You remind me of my ex-wife.
I mean, Dragon Balls are abandoned when they're very young and we have to tend for ourselves. So, well, honestly, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
you-
Maybe I'll kick him out. I'll kick him out when this snow finally fucking ends. Doesn't feel right. Just send him out against the blizzard.
I mean,
Tough them up a little bit, nice. Oh, and then I look around us. So so you said there's a lot of like strange characters, or like probably like rough place, right?
Yeah,
It's a
this
place
is
where I
like a
can
proper like adventurers bar. Like there's, you see other groups of adventurers here, like other adventuring parties, all probably off doing their own
right.
quests, their own missions. You see there's a bounty board, and all the jobs being ripped off the nails, and they've all been like gathered up at each people's tables, and like people are trading bounties to each other. So like one person has like they're like talking. You see like they exchange papers and things like that. Like what about you want to trade jobs? So like try to like find the best what pays best for their skill sets, that kind of thing.
maybe also somebody should check out the cold weather gear shop here that the husband mentioned.
That is not here. That is in Caerconnig. That's all the way
Yeah.
around. So to do that, so basically you've kind of been left with a decision. I'll put you back on the SDL map. So the dwarves have reported that somewhere in between Kelvin's Cairn and Bryn Shander in the wilderness, they lost their sled. That's somewhere in that blue circle, roughly. Caerconnig is where the people who would have last seen Garrett and also that supply shop were. So you all, this is a 23-mile journey to Caer Dinval, which will take about 10.5 hours. And then you'd have to do another journey from there to Caer Konig, and then a final journey to Kelvin's Cairn, to follow Garrett's route that he took.
And then let's go back to Tigers.
It takes to get from Targos to Caer Konig in total, it's 14.5 hours on foot, of which you've already done 2 hours. So there's about 12.5 hours left to get there. 10.5 hours is getting to Caer Dinval, and then the final 2 hours is between Caer Konig and Caer Dinval. If you went as the crow flies from Bryn Shander to Kelvin's Cairn, that would take you less time, in the sense where it's less distance. However, it's slower going because you're having to trudge through the fucking snow, and there's no maintained paths. From Targos to Kelvin's Cairn, it would actually have taken 24 hours on foot, covering the 12 miles. So this would take you probably much of a muchness 24 hours if you went that way, but you could pick up that sled potentially on the way with the iron if you so wished.
Sorry.
I don't know. I think the way things are going, I think we should go to the sled first. It seems like a more direct route.
But it will take us longer, and the dog didn't walk that out, so he can't lead us to his master. The dog ran from somewhere out. I'm not sure if he would follow.
We're going to need to stick to the path that the dog knows. And also, if we find a sled, what the fuck are we going to do with it? We've not got enough dogs for 2 sleds. Not to go fast, anyway.
But I say we can just mark it.
Yeah, alright. That's a good point.
But still,
You could mark it on your map and then come back for it if you wanted. Or, you could even just take the contents of the sled and decant it into your sled if you had space.
Yeah. But I still think that we should take the route the dog took and maybe loop back around on the way back.
Okay, so you go to find the dog's master first, and then the way back we go to this sledge. Okay, I see. All right, well, but what if we do find his own and he's injured? Obviously, he's not going to be able to. Oh, I suppose we could just take him to the nearest town, don't we?
Yes.
And they said that they've got a sled and 5 dogs. So we can always just, put them
to use his sled, yeah. Okay, put him behind the sled and then, I see. But sounds good.
Also, did you see any interesting bounties while we are here?
There's nothing on the board.
I'll go up to the barkeep. What's the barkeep's name again?
The barkeep's name is Bryn Shander.
So, hey fella, come here for a minute, please.
What's up, mate?
Kind of.
Graham Sachs. What you want?
What's your name, fella? Grand Sachs.
Scram Sachs.
Like a grand sack.
No, Scram Sachs.
Oh, like a scram sacks. Okay, a sack that's scrambled. I got it. All right. Listen, I can see a lot of peculiar fellas around here, and it seems like there's a place where we could possibly get some jobs. Do you know anything going on around here?
Fucking hell, mate. We've not got enough jobs as it is.
Jobs coming.
Hey, you could always do a bit more money. And also
only a
that
D10.
D10. 7.
Yo, I did hear recently that in Goodmead, the town speaker was murdered by a 9-foot-tall giant. Apparently he stole a shipment of honeymead, and without such a handful of taverns, I've heard that my delivery's gonna be short, and if I'm short, that means fucking every tavern in this whole 10 towns is gonna be short. And that won't be good for anybody.
Where do you say Goodmead?
Goodmead. It's a town. If you go out the east gate to the crossroad, take the right on the crossroad.
Goodmead.
Goodmead, yep.
All right. And they said there's a giant that went there and just crushed everything.
Killed the speaker. One
I'll just skip this.
stole a big shipment of honey mead. Good mead produces a lot of honey, I mean, a lot of mead. One of the few places we can fucking make alcohol in this place.
Right. Okay. I guess
Yeah,
there's
you're
something
drinking over there. That comes up the 10 trail from kind of down near, Minamar and Neverwinter.
Right. I suppose you can stop by if you go down that way. See. Also, I have a question for you, my friend.
Yeah.
Is there someone around town that would know things about particular fellas?
Very vague.
I mean, if we're looking for a person, is there anyone around here that would most likely know things in town, if you know what I mean? If you want to try to get some information about something.
If it's any consolation, mate, I don't know what the fuck he's going on about either.
You're asking if somebody in town might know things?
Know things about people?
Is he
All right,
trying to buy
Or about a
drugs?
specific someone?
Does the name Sefric Outron rings a bell to you?
Never heard of him in my life.
I've heard he's quite a dangerous fella.
Maybe. Lots of those here. Look around you. It's like mercenaries
Exactly.
from all fucking walks of life here.
Exactly. So my question is, would anyone around here, have some connections, with this kind of people, like criminals or whatever?
Hey, look, I'm gonna give you a bit of advice, right? The same advice that I gave my sons. Find out for your fucking self. Do I look like I fucking know everyone in this fucking place? I don't even know your name, mate.
You're from here.
Yeah.
You're barkeep. You know
Yeah.
everything. Everyone comes to you and buy things from you and talk shit to you.
No, most people fucking say, oh, scram sacks, my life's so hard, my wife doesn't really love me, and I think she's cheating on me with the neighbour. Ooh, fucking hell, I'm fucking your wife, fuck that guy. He's a prick anyway, and his wife's a shit lay.
Kind of
Okay, that was
guy.
helpful. That was more information than I wanted, but okay.
Well, you asked for information, I gave you information.
If we can find out who his neighbor is, we could at least tell him that his wife's cheating on him with this guy.
Oh, that's good actually. I like that.
Oh no.
Well, okay. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna spend some time in the tavern, going around talking to people, have a chit chat, use my charisma and stuff to see if I can try to figure out something about this Sefri guy. If anyone knows anything about this Sefri guy.
Okay. Sure.
Need to
You
do
make a little
anything?
investigation check if you'd like to try to work that out.
I also want to go around the room, but I just want to try and find somebody mean looking and trade stories.
Cool. Certainly.
Let me look at charisma check because I've been talking to people, been trying to get information. No, is it investigation?
Investigation is like trying to find the right people for the right conversation.
I
It's not just like
I
going.
got you, I got you,
It's
okay.
like, persuasion is going up to him and be like, "What can you tell me?" It's like, "I'm cheating. This guy's wife's cheating on him with me. That's the information you
11.
find. You got it out of me." But like,
Got you.
you were looking for like specific stuff. You were like trying to find the right people. They ask the questions of that kind of thing. It's an investigation. It's
Cool.
recognizing someone's kind of their jib, knowing like, oh yeah, they're gonna know what I want.
Got you. 11.
11. You're looking
Oh,
around.
fuck,
You're looking for what people who might have like done
Someone
deals
about
with or know
might-
something about.
Maybe someone I've heard his name and know anything about this particular fella, like where he hangs out, or where they last saw him, like if they
Sure.
know anything of him. That's sort of anything like will help us, try to find out where this, any kind of thing about this guy.
Sure. Yeah, you sort of kind of ask around, try information. You find like a merchant here, who like you kind of see he's like still working. He's like a few invoices on his table, kind of going through some things. You're like, that might maybe be an idea. And you get like straight up a conversation with him. He reveals that he runs kind of like a golden shield, kind of like land shield coster kind of deal. So like a little like a trading outpost in the city or in the town, sorry. And if you ask about Tevicaltro, he doesn't know him in particular. But if you mention Torgs, which is the trading company that he works with, he reveals that the last time he had spoken to Torga Icevein, which was about 2 days ago, she was heading down towards Goodmead and then Dugan's Hole.
Oh. Okay. Wow, so it's the same way as the potentially fucking giant is as well.
Potentially.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like, she'll probably be back here in a couple of days' time. She does the whole round. It could take her a week, a little bit longer, depending.
Oh, and so you said Torg is someone that works with him.
If you think back to when you got the information, Torga runs Torg's trading company, which he works for, and he this is all information that was given to you by all information was given you by Hilm Trolbean, the dwarf. So the first thing she said to you was, Stefan Caltro works for a small trading merchant company called Torgs, owned and operated by a shitty dwarf named Torga Icevein. That was the first thing she said to you. Maybe after hello.
No, she just goes straight into her like exposition.
Yeah. But she told you that, so you knew that information already. You know that he works for Torgs and they're a traveling company, and that's why you don't know where they might be particular, because they could be anywhere in 10 towns at any given time. So you at least know a couple of days ago they left Bryn Shander, either a day or 2 days ago, heading towards Goodmead and then Dugan's Hole, and you're not sure where they're intending on going after that.
Cool. It sounds like they're going southway. So okay. Oh, I think that's much. It was much of a help. Thank you very much, sir. Go back to your business now.
Yeah, anything else you would like to do? I think, Malice, you were trying to look for something, were you?
I was trying to swap stories with adventurers.
Sure. Gonna attempt that, certainly. What kind of stories?
Adventuring stories.
I understand that. What kind
She
of
wants,
stories?
she wants to out-traumatize NPCs.
No, she's not going to out-traumatize. She's going to
She
tell,
can't
like,
try.
moments of I don't know. You find her, like, talking about how she lost her eye fighting a growl.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I would say make me a performance check.
Six.
Your stories aren't, maybe they are true, maybe they aren't. Either way, they're not very luster and riveting. You don't really draw much of a crowd, and those you are kind of speaking to, they don't want to interrupt you, but they definitely, like, anytime you take a breath, they're like, and yeah, and that's whenever I shit, and like, you know, they be like talking about their stories and things like that. More like they don't pick up on the story. Maybe you heard a dramatic pause and things of that nature. So their story gets kind of broken down and lose interest.
Not very charismatic.
Yeah, exactly. You don't really hold the room very well.
Scratch would like to find somebody for an arm wrestling, not contest, but you know, just to try and make some gold.
Sure. You can very easily drum up a little arm wrestling competition. Just make me an athletics check, and then we'll see how that fares. And also, if you are wagering, how much would you like to wager?
She will wager a gold piece.
Sure. I think for a gold piece in this place of a lot of adventures, you probably do get the interest of some pretty strong-looking adventurers, a big Goliath type. It's like, oh yeah, I'll take you on, little lady.
Also, I will. Do I have to declare using inspiration because the humans get an inspiration every day? Do I have to declare it before?
Is it a heroic inspiration, or is it?
Yeah, heroic inspiration.
No, you can declare that after the rule. I think you just have to declare it before the result is declared.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll do an athletics check then.
Sure, go for it.
She'd probably cast guidance on herself before initiating, if that's right. If not,
If you do that, I think the other adventurer will be like, all right, if we use your magical buffs, hey, Phyllis, enhance my ability, would you? I want that bear strength you got, yeah. And he, once his cleric comes over and casts a spell on him, and he gets bear strength.
Fair enough.
This sounds good to me, Shaddy Jim.
Athletics, you say?
Yeah. You can't really bamboozle adventurers when it comes to, like, spells and shit. They are just like you guys.
That'll be 16.
16. He rolls a 4 plus 4 will fail. Even with his bear's strength, he will be unable to overcome you. Your guidance not even necessary, as you very easily slam his hand down onto the tabletop. It's like, ow, fuck, well played. Oh, yes. And you take the 2, you get an extra gold, so you win back your ante. After that display, it's going to become difficult to find someone. He probably one of the biggest guys in the bar. It's going to be quite difficult to find someone else to take you up on that offer now, because you literally look like a fucking hustler. Like, you're like this tiny, skinny thing, just like, bam! It's like, oh, fuck. Everyone's like, oh, fuck that, I won't save my money.
Can I try again, Scratch?
Yeah, sure.
Malice will put a gold piece down on the table.
You want to play for money?
I thought we just had to pay. I thought that was...
No, you don't have to pay. Keep it. This is for fun.
Okay.
And she won't cast guidance. She will just do an athletics check.
Sure.
22.
23.
Ha.
Damn.
2 strong ladies over here, and it is probably, compared to like the Goliath with that quick slam down, there's a little bit of that like back and forth, like it could go either way, but Scratch, maybe just from the upper arm wrestling, like, you know, I think your arm's really been a little bit tired, and just slowly you watch as each time it goes back, one man comes back, yours, it goes lower, and then maybe gets back and not as far, and it goes back lower again, and one more time you get to the halfway point, and then just like, boom, the back of your hand touches the table.
Oh.
I think that means I win.
Yes, a very good fight. Thank you. Scratch seems very content. She seems to be having fun.
Roger, you want to arm wrestle?
I feel like I might have got a bit lucky last time, so I'm gonna keep my strength if that's all right with you.
Okay.
Oh, fair enough.
I'll arm wrestle you. Lucky. There's a lucky point.
You can certainly. You don't need me, guys. You don't need me to dictate this shit. You guys can just roll and roll with it.
There's athletics, yeah?
Yep.
Athletics contested. Yep.
Only 13.
Ha! 13 as well.
Keep going back and forth. Do we roll again?
It's you kind of meet in the middle. You roll again to see who overcomes. You're like in a stalemate at the minute. The competition
12.
goes on until someone wins.
7.
Oh, pow! Who's the strongest now?
I mean, by odds, probably still Scratch, but...
Yeah.
I mean, Bago's evolution is like, ha.
How much does Bagor weigh?
Oh, fucking hell. I don't even know, like, that lot. What did I put down? I didn't put down. But he'll be fucking heavy. He's like 7 foot tall, so...
I don't know.
7 foot tall, 500 pounds. That's it, 500 pounds.
How much can I lift with a strength score of 4? How's the formula for that? Wait.
Tell me.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I love the idea of Bahagol like being so boastful. Malice is 5'9".
So fucking both fucking blazing up there.
Strength score multiplied by 15, so 18 times 15.
Why do you have that as a druid? He's psychopath.
Never mind. She can't bench press Bahagor. Shame. Wait.
You're like Big Show. Have a foot of 500 pounds.
Anyhow, so, want to grab another drink, or are we heading back? You know, it's getting late-ish.
It's up to you guys.
I think we should get some rest and get going as early as possible tomorrow.
Yeah.
Perhaps. All right, you know, got all your drinks paired?
Yep.
And I presume
Alright, let's get an early night. Early start in the morning, because that dog's probably going to be itching to go.
I think around, 7 we head out.
Alright. It's fine. I'll probably be awake because he starts making gases at about 5 in the morning.
At least he hasn't had that fish milk mixture tonight.
Don't fucking remind him, or he's in a bar. He's probably going to be able to get milk.
So Balago is 360 pounds.
Almost.
At least we know what you're spending your ASI on at level 4. More strength.
More strength.
Strength.
We laugh now until I get like the final mission when like Bahagor's like unconscious and Malice is like carrying him like above her
Yeah.
head. Like
It's about
They're a
160
blizzard.
kilos.
This is where we finally go to fight the Frostmaiden, and Scratch just picks her up and yeets her off the fucking cliff.
Eat the god.
like, well,
cast
that was easy.
I cast grapple.
To be fair, yeet them out
Featherfall.
of the world was my main tactic in Baldur's Gate. It's like, oh, you seem to be on a ledge there, my friend.
Bonus action, shove. Oh, so overpowered in BG3.
it's great.
It was the fucking necromancer guy who I can't remember the name of, who like summons all the fucking skeletons with Night Song. But just like him, like, I'm about to summon a fuck ton of skeletons, and we just picked him up and threw him off the edge. Just like, goodbye.
Fuck's sake.
Checks out.
Well,
Let's all take a little nap.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
if you
presume-
would like to rest, you can rest the evening here, certainly. Take you up until the next day. You can probably get a bit of an early night to be rising early in the morning. That is the case. Would someone like to roll me a d12, please, just to see where the weather's at?
Oh, I don't think I've done a weather one. I'll do it. 8.
Yes, so
Hurricanes.
as you rise, it is a whiteout. So it is like complete.
God, it's
Um,
racist out there.
There is a severe wind. Like it feels like very very cold. It's almost as cold as it can get out here. Hearing each other is difficult. Anything beyond 30 foot, you think you struggle to hear or even like see. If you are out here without goggles, because the snow is so intense right now and blowing at such an angle, you are blinded by it. So you would maybe need to go pick up some goggles. You can like put your hands up like that, but like literally you can't even really see 5 foot in front of yourself.
Yeah, I'll
and,
definitely go pick up some goggles. Maybe like a little scarf or to run around my face. I don't know.
same.
Any torches and things like that, or any
Unmagical.
unshielded lights, so lanterns might be okay because they're like shielded. But yeah, any unshielded lights are extinguished. And even visibility from those lights is reduced to 10 foot around you, as it is.
Fuck, you know.
It's like this is bad. It is extreme cold. Very very cold because it is a whiteout. Even your cold weather gear right now isn't gonna help you as much as it normally would. So there is a chance that you will still suffer a little bit of exhaustion from traveling this weather in it. And it is also quite likely, even on a road, that you might veer off the course, especially if you don't have like goggles to see and shit. So you don't know how long it's gonna last for.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna buy some goggles.
Yeah, I only have one good eye left. and I'd
Lucky
rather
that
not
you
leave
got
it.
this in the town and not like in the fucking 10.5 hour
Yeah.
journey. Like,
Mention it on the way back.
There.
if you went, imagine you went to get that fucking sled and this happened. In the middle of the wilderness, like, no visibility, can't fucking see shit.
It says that our cold weather clothing includes goggles.
Yes, so if your cold weather clothing has goggles, then perfect. Then you can wear your goggles from that.
Oh. Nice. Nice. Okay, so I have goggles.
Yep, so you're not blinded.
Heavy fur coat or cloak, overwool clothing, as well as a fur-lined hat or hood, goggles, fur-lined leather boots, and gloves.
There you go.
That's nice. There you go.
Forget reading descriptions. I would have never clocked that. Cool.
Malice doing the confused, like Malice has the thing with her goggles and eye patch, like when you go to see a 3D movie wearing glasses and you gotta like quickly.
Yeah, it is like,
Maybe-
this is truly the unnatural cold of Icewind Dale in its highest capacity right now. It is, to give you an idea, by the book, minus 90 degrees Celsius.
Oh, fuck.
That's what it is. Creatures who have cold resistance are no longer resistant to extreme cold checks, so that's why cold weather gear also doesn't work. So you basically make the checks regardless of what resistances or equipment you have,
Jesus.
because it is so cold.
Minus
That's
9.
like the breath leaving your fucking mouth is like instantly turning to like
That's
fucking
like
snow
the
almost.
picture of the
I'm
girl
gonna-
in Siberia where every time she blinks, like the water on her eyelashes just immediately freezes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn around to the party. It's like, listen here, folks. I mean, I am used to the cold, but that is craziness. I think we should all wait here until this storm goes away.
Yeah, alright, I'm not being funny, but I ain't fucking going out in that. Alright, the last time I saw it this cold out, I got stuck for quite a while.
Like I said, I can resist cold, and I am feeling cold now. So
It is quite cold today. Also, I'm
Yeah.
still not
Yeah.
sure how I'm meant to wear these goggles. She's like still like
Looking out.
let me just adjust them for you. Come here.
I think
And I make it look even worse.
like careful, don't move the eye
Oh,
patch.
Let it go. Like. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean. I'm so sorry. You know what? You can do it. You can do it yourself.
Up
It's fine.
close to put the goggles on as well, you can see that Maz has like big scratch marks around like the eye that doesn't have the eye patch as well. Like her eyes are already pretty fucked.
Also looking out of the window, Scratch will cast Druidcraft. She will create a tiny harmless sensory effect that predicts what weather will be at your location.
Ah, very nice.
Okay, that is for the location you're currently in, is that correct?
Yes. The effect might manifest as a golden orb for clear skies, a cloud for rain, falling snowflakes for snow, and so on. This effect persists for 1 round.
I feel like it just
That's
shows you
crazy.
snow and it's like, well that's
Yeah.
vague.
Yeah, it's gonna be snow. Like, yeah.
It's like when Alexa says to me like, weather warning, rain. And it's like, how much rain does there need to be for there to be a weather
lot.
warning about it?
Okay. So you cast Druidcraft to get a little weather forecast. Predicts what the weather will be your location for the next 24 hours. I need to make some rules then. So I need to calculate the weather for the whole thing. I'll do it now.
You're welcome. Druids, we like weather.
True. Or
I think a ranger would actually be quite useful in this campaign.
well, if one of you dies, swap out.
But I think like the old ranger would be much more useful than the new one.
they were shit.
That's why I didn't.
The
go
revised
ranger
ranger was
before.
pretty good.
Because you don't get like preferred terrain anymore. So
Ah, but there is snow. Snow.
Like the one campaign where preferred terrain would be actually useful.
It's a shame because Ranger is such like a cool class, but they can never seem to make it good. Like,
Unless you're playing Gloomstalk.
It's because 3 pillars of D&D are combat, exploration, and social roleplay. And exploration, despite being up there as an equal pillar with the other 2, is never able to be leveraged quite so well.
yeah,
So it's like, yeah, combat, you can have stuff that's like really powerful in combat. You can have really good social classes like Bard, and then Ranger's like, exploration exists too. And it's like, okay, you wander through the wilderness for 10 days and don't die of starvation. Good job, Ranger.
Congrats,
It's like,
yeah, you did a good work.
yeah.
Okay, I have now had to plot the weather for the next 24 hours. So, I'm going to say this once, because fuck me, it's a lot of information to process. So, right now, you are in a whiteout, which is basically like the snow coming sideways, really, really heavy, like fucking can't see, can't any of that stuff. That is going to last until 10 a.m. That's 4 hours of whiteout. At 10 a.m., the whiteout is going to shift into a blizzard, which is going to last 8 hours.
oh fuck me.
After that, it shifts back into a whiteout for 2 more hours, which takes you up until that's at 6 p.m. It turns back into a whiteout. At 8 p.m., it shifts down into a heavy snowfall for 3 hours. And then after the heavy snowfall, at 11 o'clock in the nighttime, it shifts back to a blizzard for 5 hours. Then it shifts into a storm clouds at 4 in the morning, but with no fall, just storm clouds overhead. Then that only is for 1 hour, and then it becomes overcast at 5 in the morning, up until 6 in the morning, of which you are now currently in. So
You see Scratch?
it's not a good day.
Not a
Yeah, you see Scratch.
First of all, so white's or blizzard?
Yeah, so she like
So
looks out the
a
window.
whiteout, a whiteout is basically what I already described. A blizzard is there's no natural light. You need goggles to see. It isn't as cold. It's only 90 degrees Fahrenheit versus 130 degrees Fahrenheit, which is a whiteout, because the wind is less severe. But there's still a risk of veering off course if you are traveling during a blizzard or whiteout. And the winds are still pretty bad. They still extinguish flames, yada yada yada, cover tracks, yada yada yada.
What a shit day.
Yep.
Scratch will like look out the window for like a minute, just staring blankly, and then she'll turn to the party and be like, "The whiteout will persist for like 4 hours, and then there will be 8 hours of a blizzard, and then the rest of the day goes to shit. There is more whiteouts and blizzard, so we go in 4 hours."
Okay, I mean, suppose you can face the blizzard.
I mean, a blizzard is better than a whiteout, and after that there's another whiteout, so...
Wait. No, like, a whiteout is...
A whiteout is better than a blizzard, yes.
Alright. Okay, I was going to say, I was getting a bit confused then.
No.
I don't want to.
You could stay
Why-
here.
A whiteout is worse than a blizzard.
The whiteout is worse
Okay.
than a blizzard.
The only thing is a blizzard will last for longer because the winds are not as severe. So a whiteout blows over quicker traditionally, so that's why the whiteout is only 4 hours and blizzard is like 8 or 7 or whatever it was he said.
I think 8.
Yeah, 8 hours of blizzard, and then it falls back into 2 hour whiteout. So basically, to give you that idea, a whiteout is 1d4 hours and I rolled a 4, and a blizzard is 2d4 hours and I rolled 2 more 4s. Like,
Brilliant. better that than when you run damage on us. It's fine. So, Broderick will be like, right, so you're saying that we have to wait until the weather improves to a blizzard
Yes.
before we travel?
Yes.
Until the weather eases up to have like hailstones blowing sideways into our faces.
Yes. That's the best weather we'll have today.
Right. I'm going on the sled. We've got a bonus dog. I ain't trudging through that. You're gonna fucking lose me.
Sure. What is wrong?
Right. I may get off and have a bit of a run with the dogs, but that's only to keep me warm, and I won't be tolerating no taking the piss out of me for disappearing off in the snow.
Also, talking about taking a piss, make sure you don't take a piss in the wild, otherwise your knob will freeze.
That's not how that works.
That's why they call him Mr. Ice.
Yes!
Of course.
They call
Because he
him
took a piss.
Yes!
Ice Member.
Exactly.
He lost
If
his
you're gonna piss it,
genitalia, an unfortunate
Just
pissing accident.
piss yourself. Just piss yourself, keep it nice and warm. Trust me, that's the way to do it.
I don't think
I will
then
know if you get your
freeze.
cold weather gear wet, you automatically have to start making the fucking checks. So pissing yourself is not recommended in the Wilderness Survival Guide.
Batagor's gonna get frostbite in his dick.
Gonna jump his dick.
Well, if-
I don't even
I mean,
know if
this is what I heard. I
Dragonborn
don't know.
have
I've never
dicks.
tried it myself.
I mean, do you lizards have cloacas, or is that just birds?
Huh?
If you don't know what it is, say it's just birds.
Birds. Birds.
Smart.
This is how you guys pass the 4 hours waiting for the whiteout to
Just get a
clear.
little pissing pain.
Yeah.
Tell us about your dick.
I will say, after 2 hours of waiting for the whiteout to blow over, knowing it's going to last for 4 hours in total, you know that it's a 10.5-hour journey to Caer Dineval. And basically, if you leave during the blizzard, you're going to be caught 2.5 hours out when the blizzard finishes in another whiteout. So the question is, do you want to be caught in a whiteout leaving Bryn Shander,
Should we-
or trying to find Caer Dineval?
Should we start in the whiteout? Because at least then if we get horribly lost, there's 8 hours of blizzard to get horribly unlost.
Fair.
Up to you guys.
Hopefully we can, get there and find somewhere to shelter in before the second whiteout kicks in.
That's fair.
I also think we should all rope ourselves. Make sure we don't lose each other.
Also, a 10.5-hour journey, obviously, in D&D terms, is not a good distance to travel all in one day anyway. So, you can push on, but, you're looking at a good 12.5 hours to Caer Dineval, which is about a day and a half of journey still to get there, of, constant travel. Because obviously, normally you only travel 8 hours a day on an adventuring day.
I would still do the 8 hours, to be fair.
So if you want to do the 8 hours, you could do the 8 hours in the blizzard, or you could literally just wait it out here and just be like, look, we're not going to push through anyway. We'll just wait until... You can wait until fucking 8 o'clock tonight when the whiteout ends, and then go when it begins to change to that more
The
kind of
longer
like
Yeah, let's
we
do
wait,
that.
the likelier
heavy
it is
snow.
he dies. If he's not dead already.
because after.
But look
after that, you
outside.
have
He's
another-
probably. Yeah. Go.
No.
Figure she'd wait here.
Also, this is the weather
Let's-
forecast for the area, so you don't know if that's going to affect as far as Caer Dineval.
On
Let's
one hand,
stick
we're
to
trying to help people. On the other hand, it's a lot of effort to go to for just a man,
Also, we can't help people if we're dead.
But I still
Well-
think that if we're going to go in this whiteout, we should go on this end of it rather than the other.
Maybe we should just
I agree
wait
with
and
Nolan.
then wait to get a little bit better. I mean, even after the blizzard and after everything.
The longer we wait,
So
the
you-
more likely it is he's dead.
I
And
mean,
then
we
we'll have
could
wasted the entire journey.
I would say, we are already this far. Let's just face the 2 hours of a whiteout, then the 6 hours of a blizzard, and get to the next town and have a good, warm cup of cider, or milk in your case.
Okay, I mean, yeah, let's do it.
I mean,
So is the
if-
intention to push all
Like
the
2
way?
hours and then 2 hour of whiteout walking.
and then 8 hours to the next town is the vision, I think.
It's 10.5 hours to the next
Oh.
town. It's a
Then
exhausting. I'll tell you how many fucking miles it is. It's a fucking big mile trek. It is following the road. So to the crossroads, it's not just under 10 miles. And then in total to Caer Din Val, it is about 18 miles. With 10.5 hours on foot. With your sled dog. If you could get more sled dogs, you could probably do it in less time. Because obviously the more of you can pile on that sled, the faster. The sled dog can go like technically half the speed. It can half these distance speeds if you get the sled dogs fully running.
How quickly would we go with 4 sled dogs? Because I can summon a sled dog. No, with 5. I can summon a sled dog for summon a beast for an hour, and I can shapeshift for 2 hours into a bear to help.
So then you would need to be pulled. So the sled dog, I think, can pull 300 pounds each or something, or 320 pounds each. I would need to check.
Or wait, it's technically it's not a sled dog. It's a nature, it's a summoned beast. I'll check its stats.
A sled dog can pull 360 pounds.
What's
And
the
a sled
strength?
weighs 300 pounds empty.
What is the strength of a sled dog?
It's the same stat block as a wolf.
So that's like.
So they have a strength of 12.
Oh shit! This thing, the thing I can summon has a strength of 18.
Yes, you could pull more, but then obviously your speed might be different because they have a speed of 40 foot.
Yeah. It will probably. It has a speed of 30 feet. Fuck. Oh. Fair. Well.
How
Let's
much
just
gold
head
does
out.
everyone have? Could we just buy an extra sled dog and have 4?
I have 8 gold.
I mean, right now you got 3 sled dogs. That means you've collected pulling power of over 1,080 pounds. The empty sled is 300, so that means you've got 780 pounds of pulling, not including anything that's on there, any of that firewood and stuff, and other supplies and things of that nature. So that's comfortably 2 of you at least, I say, could fit on that sled, no problem.
So now it's
It's not
Butcher
3,
for
to be
1.
honest. It's quite a lot.
Yeah, Scratch can power through for 4 hours in wild shape form.
So that means you
I'm
could
gonna,
cut the journey down a bit. You could turn that 10.5 hour journey. If you did 4 of it with the sled, that means you would be left with 2.5 hours after that 4 hours on foot. So you could turn turn it into a 6.5 hour journey instead of a 10.5 hour journey. You would save 4 hours by having the sled pulling you properly.
To be fair, she can't transform into a sled dog. She can transform into a bear, but she has a speed of 40 as a bear, so she can keep up.
Yep. You would just need to probably find a harness that would fit, or custom make something with some rope.
Lots of rope.
Yeah. But you could do that while you're waiting for the whiteout to blow over or something,
So when I turn into a bear, it will be probably this big. Let's see. Could somebody help me out with the rope?
I'll help with the rope.
Thanks. Would that be a survival check or sleight of hand?
Does that mean we're getting sled bears?
Well, I'll be the sled bear for 4 hours, yes.
Good enough for me.
Maybe it's for it to turn into a wolf, maybe.
I can't turn into a wolf.
Ah.
I can turn into
a wolf. I don't know why that surprises me. I can't turn into anything.
I can turn into only 4 specific animals with my experience.
Druids can't just do anything anymore. They have to pick.
Yeah, I had to study the animal, see how it behaves, and so I can turn into a bear, a shark, a weasel. You saw that one, and into an owl.
A shark.
A great white shark.
Oh, I haven't seen one of those ever.
They are scary.
Okay.
Would it be a check to make the harness?
Yeah, let's go for a survival check. If anyone has a first in survival check, they can assist you.
I think we all have proficiency in survival because
Yeah.
we're not stupid.
That makes sense.
I mean, we are stupid, just not with that specific thing.
Yeah.
I'll add the guidance as well.
Yep. You can take the time to do it here. You know, to make you a bear harness.
Well, I don't have proficiency in survival.
14. Yeah, so 14. You managed to fashion like a rope harness for the bear, which is good. You kind of get that sorted. You now have something that's appropriate for you to use in your bear form. That kind of goes around like your shoulders, basically, not around your neck. So you kind of pull along as well. Your bear has a strength of 18, yeah.
No, it has a strength of 17.
17. So that means
I can't believe you get weaker as a bear.
Yeah, but faster.
Yeah.
So that means you have a collective pulling weight on that sled right now of 1,590 pounds, which I'm going to say is probably enough for the three of you and all your belongings. Pretty comfortably.
Sure.
So, whenever you guys would like to set off, you can do a 4-hour quick burst, and then you'll have to follow it up with a 2.5-hour burst on foot, which should be able to get you to Caer Tinval before what would be considered the end of your traveling for the adventuring day. You then could, if you wanted, push the extra 2 hours to Caer Konig, assuming nothing goes wrong on the journey. You could push an extra 2 hours to Caer Konig. It would only put you 30 minutes over your normal travel time for the day. But from Caer Konig, you then still have time to travel off the beaten track to Kelvin's Cairn anyway. So you could, that. But then you don't know how much searching in the hillside you might need to do. So I don't know how close you guys want to get in one day. But you will have to make a little check if you push on that extra half an hour just to see if you exhaust you at all. But you will likely sleep in Caer Konig anyway. So tip for that.
Yeah, let's just. I think we'll try and get to Caer Konig and risk exhaustion out, right? Or...
Yeah, can do. You can take a little short rest in Caer Dinval as well to like.
How big's a sled? Do we have to put Bodger on Bahagor's lap or?
Your sled's actually pretty big because it was a converted wagon, if I recall. So it actually is pretty big enough for you to fit all on here pretty comfortably. You're sitting a little bit like it's probably not too dissimilar to like a log flume. Like it's not quite bobsled.
But it's a little closer than you'd like to be next to someone day to day.
For 4 hours
Yeah.
as well. But yeah, so what time of day would you like to set off?
I think power through the whiteout and... Oh, no, wait, we won't be caught in the second one, so if we leave right after the second whiteout, we should be able to do it before the blizzard, right?
Yep, that would mean you're only traveling... You would be caught in the last half an hour of the start of the next whiteout, but I'll tell you right now, it just means that the coldness is going to be a little bit of a problem. But as long as you get in the Caer Dinval within that 30 minutes and nothing goes wrong, it's fine.
So maybe we should leave half an hour before the whiteout finishes, where we are,
Sure.
and then just get the first half an hour.
Yeah, sure, we can do that.
Yeah, because you would be able to warm up a little bit with just the blizzard, because it won't be as cold, so you won't be fully exposed that extreme cold, that magical cold. So that would mean you wouldn't have to make any checks again, assuming nothing goes wrong.
Okay, I'm gonna. Can I say this now as LDM because I know we're gonna go out in the wild. I can say I'll be casting Force Life every hour.
Cool.
Myself, just no.
Yeah, you can
I
cast
can't
it.
say that.
No, you can. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's all cool. If I said no, because what I said, oh yeah, I'm gonna cast. So every hour I'll be casting Force Life and just keep rebuffing it.
Yeah. Is it you can just cast it at will?
Yeah, cast it, but yeah.
Cool. We can just assume you always are casting that on the hour, if you want. That's totally fine.
Yeah, because it's just easy.
Also, because we need lights that can't get blown out, I have dancing lights.
Perfect. How fast did the dancing lights move? 30 foot in it, or maybe 60 foot?
As a bonus action, you can move the lights up to 60 feet
Okay, cool.
to a space within range.
You can keep them moving along with you. It's not like they're being left behind as you travel along. Alrighty, so you are going to depart at, let me see, you're going to depart at 9:30. So at 9:30, you depart. Bryn Shander, you get your sled dogs all ready to go, and you set off, and you begin your journey. As you are traveling through the start of the whiteout,
Yep.
and kind of like traveling along in that sense, which will lead into a blizzard, so you'll be under the same condition of it's very difficult to navigate just because of the limited visibility. You know, you're trying your best to stick to the path, but like the snow has piled up so heavily, the path's hard to find, and you have to like stop and check you're not veering off course and things of that nature. If you are concentrating on a spell in these conditions, every 6 seconds you do need to make a con save or rescue the spell ending. So Dancing Lights might just keep being recast if it is concentration, and False Light if that is a concentration spell.
No, it's not.
That's fine.
No.
But,
I could just also do light. It lasts for an hour, and it's also a cantrip.
Yep, but it doesn't matter as long as you're continuing to just so you're aware. You start off casting Dancing Lights, and then you realize very quickly you're being battered and buffeted, and it does affect your ability to, like, you know,
Then I
keep
will
your
just
concentration.
cast light on the fucking something on the sled.
Cast it on like
On
the
the
bear's
very
harness
top.
if you want, or
Sure. I cast light directly on
the bear's
Scratch
nose.
Bear's nose.
Yeah. What color? Can you choose the color for the light?
I don't
Do
think
do
so.
do do.
You're the DM. You tell me.
Yeah, you cast. You can pick the color. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Scratch Bear, the red-nosed druid.
It sounds like Scratch is like a cocaine problem.
The Scratch just like looks around, shining lights. Like, oh,
I like to think as well, like you like took Scratch's goggles off, because like obviously Scratch,
Held into the form.
you will have needed to go out and buy goggles probably for your dogs. They can fucking see where they're going. So someone will need to note down that you've spent as a group. Let's call it. You can get 3 sets for, let's say 9 silver pieces in total for 3 sets.
I'll pay that.
And they have little
spot that.
dog goggles that like affix to their eyes so they don't go blind. in
Oh,
the
so
snow.
cute. All the dogs with the goggles and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So they can kind of see roughly where they're going, but again, they do struggle a little bit to see, so they do rely on you guys guiding them. I need you to designate one party member who's going to be the navigator, and for every hour of travel through a whiteout or blizzard, you're going to basically make me a survival check.
Not me. I'm shit surviving.
I'll do
I've
it.
got proficiency
You're shit at
navigator's tool, but
surviving.
yeah.
If I'm on the sled, I'll probably be in quite a good position to just kind of be doing those checks. I'm able to, keep overwatch.
Yeah, I've got proficiency
13.
in navigator's tool. Does that mean anything?
Only if you're using your navigator's tools to plot a course using the stars, and that's not going to be likely.
Oh, not viable
fuck.
with the big clouds overhead.
Yeah.
Is any Malice, are you
Texting
assisting
away.
Bodger at all? Are you person in survival?
Hmm?
Are you assisting Bodger at all?
Yeah, I can assist.
If you're proficient, Bodger, you
Oh.
can take advantage then.
Nope.
13 total.
Oh no.
You travel and travel. Unfortunately, it's not high enough to succeed, and you spend so much time veering off the road, like stopping, like you get in a big patch of deep snow, you have to dig the sled out and pull it back on, like and like without snowshoes, you'd be fucking sinking into the snow as well because it's so like light and powdery. The sled's great for getting over it, but like just trying to keep on track is very hard. You've no compass, you've no the only thing you have in front of you, and like, there's no landmarks. It's so hard to see, even in the blizzard itself. Whenever the whiteout does pass, it's still very difficult to see here, even though the wind isn't quite as bad. It's still very difficult to see. So unfortunately, that first hour, you don't make any progress towards your destination in total. So you're kind of like now stuck about an hour at a Bryn
shit.
Shander. So that is 1 hour down. I would need another check.
Can I try?
I'll assist you on this one.
24.
24 is enough. So Malice, this time you do make good time in the second hour, and you don't make up any lost time, unfortunately, but you do start traversing in the right direction. So you do succeed in that. And the next hour, I would need to have a check.
Are we gonna go back and forth, or who's making the check?
Yeah, you keep up your good run. The rolls aren't coming through to
I do not
roll
keep
20.
up the good run.
What did you roll? And do you have beyond 20 ticked on? You can't see your rolls.
I rolled a fucking nat 1 and a 3 to a 7 and a 9.
Okay. Can I get a marching order for those of you who are on the sled, please?
I'm bang in the middle.
I'll probably be at the back.
Okay. Malice, another hour goes by, and at the end of the hour, you like pull the sled over and stop trying to get your bearings. You're not sure where you are, and as you look around, Bahagor is missing.
What the fuck?
Bahagor, at some point in that last hour, you have fallen off the back of the sled and been left behind in the snow. And as you yelled, "Hey, wait, come back!" because the winds are so loud, your voice was just carried away. They just kept going, leaving you in the
Malice will turn to Bodger, realize Bahagor is gone, and be like, "So, how attached were you to the Dragon Man?"
I mean, like, we didn't have rope or anything. Why? What? Wait. He was supposed to be
He
at the
was
back.
until at some point in the last hour.
He was telling me how he was so good at like standing up when we were moving, and I was like, all right, whatever.
We may have gone over a bump.
Oh no, you don't think that was back, or do you? Oh no, behind. Okay, we need to turn around and retrace our
Well, that's what I'm saying.
steps.
Like on a scale of 1 to 10. Would you miss him?
I wouldn't miss his smells, but I do feel like he's very useful for, you know, making us look pretty good.
Alright.
Scratch.
Whether that's by association or comparison,
Scratch,
I'm
we
not
need to
sure.
turn around. We lost Bahagor.
What do you mean you lost Bahagor?
The bear says.
Bahagor got lost.
I mean, we previously had Bahagor, and now we no longer have Bahagor.
How did that
Bahagon.
happen? Turning around the sled. Like, how do you lose a 6-foot-tall dragonborn?
I don't know. If we knew, we'd fucking say something.
Apparently,
You know
he
that bit
kept
of, like, a
standing
little
up on the
while?
sled, and I think we hit a bump back there, and he might have just...
Bumped.
Scratch will start. She'll turn it around.
Yeah.
He might be dead.
So I
He might
need
have hit his head or
everyone,
something.
including Bahagor, to make me a survival check. It's a group check. DC is 15. If you get a 15, you find each other. If you don't, you keep looking. It takes an hour to search.
24.
24,
Oh,
21,
26.
13, 26. So after about an hour of searching, Bahagor, you see the sled coming back. And you see him, he's about halfway along the, halfway back. You probably were veering a little bit left and right on your search. So you find him like halfway along, so you also have to go back and acquire him. You don't lose any distance gained though, so you're still 1 hour out of Bryn Shander in total after 4 hours of traveling. And at this point, wild shape
Scratch.
drops.
So yeah, like at some point, Scratch just like returns to her normal sense, like, well, fuck.
You are still only 1 hour in Bryn Shander. If you want to be like, fuck this guys, I'm going home. Or you can face the now you travel top speed. It is only gonna be, actually it's 2 hours from Bryn Shander because you traveled by sled. So you have 8.5 hours still on foot. But only 4 hours of the blizzard left.
Quick
Well,
question.
there's another hour down the road.
Could
I think, I'm gonna say, I think we should all tie ourselves up with this rope, just in case that doesn't happen again.
If
I
you
think
So
tied
if
yourselves
we
up with
lose
the
you
rope,
again,
it would prevent you from losing a party member. Because it does literally say If the check fails by 5 or more and the party members aren't tied together, one becomes lost. So yes,
That's
tying
it.
it
Right.
together would work.
As well as tying each other to each other, we should stop standing up on the sled and going, "Look, ma, no hands."
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I got a bit excited there.
A quick question, DM.
Mhm.
If I were to summon a spiritual beast with strength 18 but only speed 30, would it be relevant for us to help us pull the sled to reach the destination faster?
It would help you, like, pull your companions, but it moves at speed 30, so it moves no faster than them just walking themselves. The whole point is the sled dogs can dash and dash and dash, and then they take a short little break and then they keep dashing. Effectively, is how it works. So they are able to recover. And basically, sled dogs or mounts, specific mounts, like the axe beaks and stuff, can halve your travel times because that's an ability that they have. They're designed. It's like camels in the desert. They're designed for this environment for a reason.
Cool. All right. Well, let's push on.
Okay. Blizzard is still ongoing, so I would need another survival check at the end of that. Or
I'll do this one with Melis's assistance.
I'll give guidance.
So 14 plus a D4. 15. That's a nice round DC. I'm sure that'll be fine.
15 is exactly the DC you need to keep making
There we go.
progress. So that's another R. Travel gained for 10.5 hours. So you have 7.5 hours to go.
Keep going.
Lead me on.
Yeah.
19.
Number success.
Is it worth adding the guidance to that as well?
Just assume guidance.
I'll tell you right now, there's no benefit. It doesn't need any favors. There is only negatives for this check. So as long as you hit a 15, you're good.
Oh,
You don't magically find a shortcut. You know, it's like the distance doesn't remain the same. It's just that you keep on track. You know.
I will go again. 20.
Nice.
Having a good run.
Yeah.
And then 25 for the
Nice.
final one of the whiteout.
Yeah, so the blizzard, because you guys left half an hour into the first whiteout, there's still 30 minutes of blizzard remaining, but then it goes into 2 hours of whiteout anyway, so the checks will continue for another 2 hours, basically. So I'll need 2 more checks to see how much progress you make.
I'll see how I do with the first one. 22.
Yeah,
Happy for me to keep going.
Keep going.
Alice.
not 20.
Not
Very
20.
good.
26.
So,
The fact that there are only negatives to this check is very true to life.
Yeah.
Yes, there is only the opportunity for failure.
There's only failure.
So around about 8 p.m., bearing in mind you guys left at like 9:30, so it's like you've been traveling like 11 and a half hours at this point. You have gained 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You are still 2.5 hours from Caer Konig. However, much to your relief, the whiteout finally ends, the blizzard ends. The wind drops to a mild wind. It's only minus 70 degrees Fahrenheit. There is no light in the sky, so it is dark. Luckily, you still have your lights up, but it is no longer like blinding your ability to see. The snow, although it is heavy snowfall, it is not like obscuring your vision so badly that makes traveling difficult. So you are able to continue for another 2.5 hours if you so wish. However, because you have been traveling on foot, I will need for these final let's call it final 2 hours, I will need con saving throws from all of you.
Is that even though Bodger is on the sled
If you're
itself?
on the sled, you don't have to make them, but the wolves are going to be making them. Unless you guys opt to, at this point, the wolves now need an hour's rest every hour. So if you all stop for an hour in between, so if you take, instead of taking 2.5 hours, if you take 5 hours, you can do this without making any checks. However, it will eat up in your time.
Is this a code check?
Con saving, it's a con saving through the risk exhaustion. Because you've been
exhaustion
traveling for nearly 12
keeping
hours.
going.
Okay. It's have to do with cold because I got resistant to cold.
No, it's not the new
Yeah, no.
cold. Actually, on that note, all of you were in that whiteout for 2 hours, so I will need everyone to make me 2 con saving throws. Everyone, including cold resistant, against the unnatural cold.
Okay. So con.
So this
On
is
top
just
of
a
the one we
standard
made.
flat roll, no advantage
20.
or anything.
Flat roll, no advantage.
20 and
Scratch is fine.
20
Scratch,
20 and 15. No, 20 and 15.
20, 15, Bahagor's fine.
22 and 14.
Bodger, you're going to take 1 point of exhaustion from the cold. It's getting in your bones.
15 and a 6.
Malice takes 1. Scratch, are you taking? Scratch, you've rolled 3 con saves, 1 for the travel time anyway. So let's say you don't take any for the cold, and we'll come back to your 4 for the travel time in a second.
I also made 1 for the travel time.
Yeah. What did you get?
I got a 20 on that one.
Okay. Yeah, and then I'll need 2 checks for travel times. So follow that up. Bear in mind your exhaustion would now kick in for those of you who haven't, so that would be a minus
Am I
1.
exhausted or not?
Malice, you are exhausted 1 time, yes,
Okay.
because of the cold.
Okay.
The DC for the unnatural cold is 15. Very chilly. So 2 more con saves when you're ready, unless you've already rolled 1. Scratch, you would get 1 failure for your first one there, so then
An 18 and a 20.
so Malice is fine for the travel.
Okay, should I roll an extra one then for the travel?
Yep, throw me 1 more for the travel. That'll get you. This will let you guys push into town, basically. Obviously, if you're riding on top of the sled, then it doesn't matter because dogs. But I'm gonna roll for your dogs. Okay. Boy. Bella has 1 level exhaustion. Duffer has 1 level exhaustion. Boy has 2. Scratch, you have 1 level exhaustion. As does Bodger, as does Malice. Bahagor, you are fine. You're a little bit chilly, but you do manage to push through. And with that, you all do reach Caer Dinaval, which is a it's on a rocky shore of Lac Dinishir, which is this big, icy, frozen-over lake. The symbol for this one is like a little white tower on a blue background with a red fish underneath that resembles like a knucklehead trout. Small town, like a population 100 kind of level, like very small. This is Caer Dinaval. The town itself, as you kind of like come in, it has no outer walls. As you come in from the east way, and it is like a crescent shape here. And at the highest point of the crescent shape, kind of like working its way clockwise around from you, there's this big castle, which like overlooks the town itself. This like little fortress, which kind of watches over. It's like a little castle, basically. I'll show you guys the map for it. You guys can get a little idea.
I would like to sit near fire. Or maybe in
Yes.
fire.
No,
I don't think I've ever
that
felt
doesn't
this
help.
cold before.
Don't sit in fire. It doesn't help with frostbite.
We should definitely find a place warm to rest.
Yeah, let's just.
They say you know you're getting frostbite if your fingers start turning black, but mine are always black, so I don't know what that means.
Maybe you are
No, you're-
giant frostbite.
Yours are purple, like black. You know. Do you know what coal looks like? Like when they start looking like coal, that's when you have a proper frostbite.
I think I might be okay then.
As you kind of
Does
get
any-
in the town, by the way, you feel the winds picking up again as another blizzard is descending on Icewind Dale. Everyone is staying in this place, locked in the safety and warmth of their homes. But if you would like to search for a tavern, you certainly can.
Yep, definitely.
Probably takes you a little bit of time. people don't really answer the door this late at night, but eventually you do get pointed out by a helpful resident. But here I would say that the friendliness is a bit less than we've been used to so far. You're definitely getting to more not quite as joyous locations. But they point you to they basically tell you that the inn, Denev's Rest, has been closed for almost a year. And the only other place to maybe you could shelter for the night would be the tavern, the uphill climb. But basically they kind of tell you not to bother because they've run out of beer and spirits. But they would at least people maybe feed you and keep you warm. But they
run out of firewood and therefore good place.
Yeah. He also would have rooms and beds in the tavern in the uphill climb, so you'd have to climb all the way up, so around towards the Care, which is the castle in which the settlement is named after, Care de Naval.
Does the castle look like ruined, or it looks like it's still in?
The castle has lights coming from it. It looks like it's still in use.
Okay. Okay, I guess we go to the uphill climb then.
Sweet.
All right then.
Yeah, you make your way around.
So we have the impression that this tower is very depleted, like it's very run down.
Small, yeah,
much
not
closed.
too.
Extremely poor.
Yeah,
All right.
Oh
wow.
definitely not as quite as well kitted out as.
Is there many? Is there many? Obviously, and I know it's probably very windy and snowy and stuff. But is there sign of people about, or
at
just
11 o'clock
like,
at night in a blizzard? No.
Oh, it's
You have to
11
bang
okay.
on doors until someone finally answered and they point you in the right direction. And it's probably only because you're one house away from the uphill climb itself that you finally get an answer.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is.
I looked at the parts I wonder who lives in that big castle over there.
At this point, I don't really give a fuck.
I would like to echo the sentiment. My hands are cold.
Why is there a fucking Yeti behind us there?
Oh, just a nice little graphic of the cold.
There's a Yeti behind us the whole time.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
There was.
I mean, it's late, it's cold. Let's just go in there quickly.
Doggo.
I go in, I don't even knock, I just open the door, shake my snow off.
Throw open the door. The tavern itself, it is cold in here, even though there's a small fire crackling in the hearth. The room itself is so big, it is cold. There is not a fucking sinner in this place, and behind the bar there is a man sat on a stool, just reading a book.
My kind
hello.
of vibe.
Hello there, friend.
Hello, travelers. Please come in. Get. Don't let all the heat out. The shame. There's not much to
Speaking
keep
of
here.
letting the heat out, where is everyone?
Oh, well, you see, we haven't had any deliveries. The old East Haven ferry got shut down, and from then I can't really get deliveries like I used to, so I've not got any alcohol, unfortunately. That's all sold out. But I've got hot chowder. I can warm your bones. I've got beds.
Yeah, yes, please.
Sounds good.
Beds and chowder.
Yeah, good. I mean, not to be honest, a lot of my trade really relies on people passing through. So good to see you. Glad to see you're still making the trip out here. The locals, they've got beds and food in their own homes, most of them, so they tend not to bother anymore up here. So I'm just weathering the storm, as it were. Speaking of you all, you look like you've weathered some storms today. Well, did you come from Caerconnig, or you would be stupid to brave a distance from East Haven or Bryn Shander in a day like that? That was a terrible day.
Yarp, that says we're stupid.
Yeah, we definitely did.
Get yourself by the fire. I'll put on an extra piece of coal for you, and he puts down a small piece of coal in the fire, which is nearly snuffs it out, but eventually starts to catch. And he goes so you looking for rooms for the night?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rooms and chowder.
Perfect. Yep, can do all that for you. There's 80 you can have a room each. Not like I got any demand for them anyway.
There's 8 of us?
Just counting the dogs.
Oh.
And the sled is a person in my eyes. The sled can have a room if it wants. Rooms are a silver piece each, and if the chowder 5 copper each. So for if you want any, if I've only got chowder. It helps like the fish go, but the dogs are. I've got fish bones. If you want to give that to the dogs, or
that would be good. Yes.
Sure. Yeah, I can get you those fished out from the chowder. I normally strain those off anyway, and make stock with them, but they can have them. It's fine. He goes away, comes back. He like presents to you 7 piping hot bowls, some of them just hot bones, which have probably been bubbling away in a soup, and then the other one's full of this like
soup bones.
That like peachy kind of like chowder that you would expect. Nice fishy chowder. They no bread or anything to soak it up, just a bowl and a spoon. And he also gives you all like little keys for rooms upstairs, and yeah, it'll cost you all a total of either 15 copper each or 1 silver 5 copper pieces each. To stay the night.
I already removed the silver piece, so I'll cover it.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, fella, quick one. Who lives up in that big house over there at the top?
Oh, that would be Speaker Kranich. That's where the speaker stays. He probably wouldn't be too happy with me taking you in here, to be honest. He wants everyone who comes to town to stay up there with him. I don't know. I just know he's not feeling. He's been quite sick. No one's seen him in some time, but I remember I had some adventures in previously. Luckily, he came so late at night. I don't think anyone from the care would be, paying too much attention anyway. But yeah, I've been basically told if anyone comes looking for rooms, to send them up there first, so they can stay. To be honest, they do have more comfy beds and a better fire, but
Right. So
I'm not climbing that
they've,
hill. I want to sleep.
they've got better beds and more. What?
Well, yeah, the speaker would have more firewood and that sort of thing as well, so
let's stay here. I'm not going back up there.
But guys, it's better beds.
If you want to hike up that hill in the freezing cold, you go ahead, but I'm not moving.
You're going to be on your own, and you'll have none of our dogs.
Oh no, not Bella. No. Okay. Fine.
Look, to be perfectly honest, like looks around. He goes up and locks the door. Pulls a few shutters down. I think something weird is going on up in the care. Don't know
What do you mean?
Don't know.
What?
No one's seen the speaker in some time. There's a load of new attendants at the care. I don't want anything to do with it. If you go looking, you don't know who I am. You'd ever stayed here. But just something weird is going on.
New attendants, you say?
Yeah, there was people coming from all over 10 towns coming here, looking
What
for
kind of people?
all sorts of people, all sorts of folk.
Interesting.
They were all looking for, they call themselves the Black Swords, the Knights of the Black Swords.
Knights of the Black. Can I do this? I want to check to see if this rings a bells.
Yeah, you can do a check, see if you've heard of the Knights of the Black Sword, sure.
Was that history or was that?
Call it history, sure.
I'll add a D4.
I'm gonna use a lucky feat. I'm gonna use my lucky feat on this.
Sure.
10.
10, scratch? Nah. No idea.
20.
Nice.
Back or 20. If they are, they're definitely whatever this group is. They're definitely native and isolated to Icewind Dale. As for what the Black Sword means, lots of things could be represented by a black sword. That could be like a symbol of like power, or like a symbol of necromancy, or a symbol of, the fact it's black would suggest to me that it isn't necessarily good. But it could be frostbite. It could be you're not sure. Black sword, power. It probably not something overly. Doesn't sound super great, and especially the way this guy is talking about them. He doesn't even think they're either, but he seems scared to say much. If he even knows anything else, he seems like he's scared that he said too much already.
Okay, black swords, eh?
Cult.
It doesn't sound good to me.
I'm calling it right now. Cult.
Could be. I mean, anything black, especially black swords. That's not good. I mean,
I never
like a
heard
little
of
bit of
them.
adventure. I wouldn't mind going up there and see what's going on, but depends on you people.
Trying to get more adventures. We're trying to get the guy.
You know, we're here already, but just go there and see what's going on.
Also, I'm fucking knackered.
I mean, not now. We don't
Let's
get some rest and then we'll see what happens.
Let's focus on the task at hand, and then see if we perhaps want to pick up the iron that the dwarves lost, and maybe take it on our route back here, huh?
Fine.
But yeah,
Look,
I will be.
As
heading.
someone
I'll
who
be heading.
came from a borderline one, cults are not to be messed with.
Also,
I'll
I
take a
do
look.
have a image of this town. I was hoping it was Roll20 book would have had one, but it doesn't. That's roughly how it looks.
Neat.
Okay.
There's the castle on the hill, and you can see all the houses along below. It's like a big sweeping, kind of like crescent shapes. The castle is quite high in comparison to the rest of the town.
Well,
Nice.
anyhow, I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm gonna go and lay down for a few hours and hope for the best.
Yeah, same. I
Same.
still need to defrost again.
Well, see you in the morning, and she would just disappear.
Badger will head to bed too.
Me too.
Perfect. So you'll rest. You get a long rest. You'll lose 1 point of exhaustion, as do all of your dogs, apart from Boy, who's still got 1 level less. But apart from that, everyone is back to normal.
He still lost one, though, right?
He lost 1, so he had 2. He's on the 1 now. So, but everyone else is back to 0. If that makes sense.
Oh, what's happened?
All right.
Yes, so you're in
Scratch
Caer
would
Dinaval, and you have, probably plans to head up to Caer Konig to go find this place to get supplies for your expected climb. Maybe to find out what happened to Garrett, getting more information if possible. Try to find people who would have seen him last, and then head up to Kelvin's cairn and see if you can't find out what happened to him. Scratch also has some business that they wanted to take care of in that direction, so you're kind of killing 2 birds, 1 stone. And there's still that strange sled that was abandoned. That maybe you would like to double back and look for, or maybe you want to come back to Caer Dinaval, or maybe something in Caer Konig will catch your eye and be worth more of an investigation. But that sounds like things for next time, so until then, byesy byes!